Gear up, Scooter fam! The Apollo Phantom 2.0 just dropped. Two versions, the 52 volt and the 60 volt. We're going to take a quick look at the prices and some of the features and so forth that hadn't been released up until now. So I thought I'd jump on real quick. It's going to be kind of an unpolished, just quick video that I wanted to do and get out there pretty quickly, going over the new price and taking a closer look at the two models. Let's jump in. So the looks like the Apollo Phantom 2.0 52 volt is going to be about 2450. I believe I estimated it's going to be about 2500 in my previous video. That's really close. The normal price says $29.99. Of course, it may stay very close to 2500 the entire time, with small fluctuations. I've seen a lot of fluctuations in the Apollo line. Since I've been tracking prices, I don't believe I've seen another scooter brand with more price changes than Apollo, to be honest. So it's been up and down all over the place. Good to track those things, because what seems like a deal is not necessarily a deal, though. Sometimes you can raise it a little higher and then kind of settle in the middle. In this case, however, it's a new price, and we're starting at $24.49. And we're going to take a look at it in just a second to see if the V4 changed. Last time I looked, it was $19.99, which I think is a pretty good deal. And it's probably because these others are coming out. Let's see what we can tell from them. Now, I know we'll go ahead. Let's just take a look at the 52. What's included? You get a super toolkit, a charger. You got a quad lock adapter. You get the scooter. Here's the two differences side by side. We've got the 1750 times 2 versus this rated power, peak power. Okay, I see. Here's a rated power 1560 and 3000, and then peak is 1750 and 3350. Top speed on the 52 volt is 44 miles an hour. Top speed on the 60 volt is 53. Controller, they have a Mach 2 and a Mach 3. Max incline 25 degrees versus 30 degrees. Eco, both 0 to 15. What else? What other kind? Ludo 45, 44, 53. I've seen some stuff. I don't see any real good. Let's take a look at some of these pictures. I knew they were going to do with the quad lock display, to be able to use your phone as display on the new ones. What size are those? What size are those tires? Just curious here. Let's see. We've got Dot 2.0, thumb throttles, dual spring 11. They're 11 inches, and it looks kind of. So they're both 11-inch wheels or tires. Puncture guard. Everything else is pretty similar there. We know the battery. Alright, so some basic differences. The price of the 60 volt is $3,500, which is very interesting indeed. One reason that's very interesting is because the Apollo Pro is $34.99. In fact, I think it was on sale for like $33 or $32.99. So it has jumped around a bit too. So it has been $32.99 and $33.99 very recently. We'll check the price and see in a minute what those are before we get out of here. But very interesting. It does look like it has the light. I heard some rumors about these are going to have the light. So we got the front light, which is not on the previous Apollo Phantom. The V4 does not have this light on here. It has the regular display, not the phone as display. I don't know. Personally, my own opinion, I kind of like the regular display. I don't want to have to put my phone on there for there to be a color display. and this is just not a color display. I know some people like the dot matrix displays or whatever. I don't really. It's not really something that I necessarily gravitate toward. I like the color displays, LED color displays. Which, like I said, if you put your phone on there, you get a nice color display. But that's the only way you're going to get it on this scooter. And on the V4, there's one there already. So personally, I like that better. Neither one is a deal breaker for me. I just prefer the color display better. It is cool if you don't have it that you can use your phone, but I just don't think you should necessarily have to get a color display. All right, let's go take a look. I want to see what the Pro's current price is. 33. So has been as low as $32.99 that I've seen recently. Is $33.99, which is $100 less than the new Phantom. So that's really interesting. And if we're looking at specs, it doesn't go as quite as fast as the 62-volt version. Let's see what were the. Everything else should be pretty close to the same. Maybe they're just replacing that. It looks like they're actually trying to maybe replace the Pro with the 60-volt Phantom, possibly. They're going up in voltage, and I was curious to see. Let's see here. We got the dimensions and design. Yeah, we got 12 inch. That's why I thought that we had the 12 inch. So we're losing it. I mean, not losing, but I'll say it like this: the Pro still has the 12-inch tires. I could dig into some of the other specs. See, this one is 93 pounds. Versus what does the 60-volt Phantom weigh? 95. So I mean, to me, this is a replacement in a sense for the Pro. There may be still some people that want to buy the Pro, and I'm sure they're going to sell them. But at this point, the Phantom 2.0 60-volt version costs the same. I'm sorry, and $100 more. Costs $100 more than the Pro. So that's really interesting. I was curious how that was going to come out, because we estimated, I think, to be at 3,300. It's 3,500, which I was already thinking is going to be really close to the Pro. But our guesses were pretty close. We're pretty close on 2,500 and 3,500. And our guesses were 25 and 33. So they're a little bit higher on the 60-volt than I was anticipating, but still really close. And like I said, interestingly enough, the Pro seems like a little bit better deal now, in my opinion. Let's also take a look at the other Phantom, at the previous Phantom. So now this has went up again. That's very interesting, because yesterday this was $19.99, and I know it was temporary. I know they said it was, like I said, Apollo's done this a lot with their prices, jump up, jump down, $22.99, $20.99, $19.99, maybe the lowest that I saw the V4, which I thought was a good deal. I actually thought it was a good deal, and I was tempted. It was tempting. It was tempting me. I am on the verge of possibly making a scooter purchase next week. Probably next week. Not sure what I'm gonna get. I'll probably do a video talking about my upcoming candidates, and I have my favorites. There's no question about it. There's some that I like, but like this Phantom here, and like some others, the prices tend to jump from day to day. I'm not making a impulsive decision. I've been tracking prices for a while now. I had prices back several months at this point, history that I kept. So I know what's a deal. I know what's a deal compared to what I was just looking at a few months ago, and what they are now. Apollo is all over the place. Not even gonna front. They're all over the place. I've seen them go as cheap as $1,000 up to over 1250 or more, something like that. So right now, it's a pretty good deal. But anyway, I'm going to be making a purchase decision on a new scooter. This one was really tempting me. I'm going to spend probably between $1,500 or $2,000. Not $2,000 is my budget, and budget or not, this is it's slightly. It's just it's not as good of a deal. I've been tracking these for a while, so I'll go in to maybe on my next video on which scooters I'm seriously considering, and then I'm going to track prices up until I decide to make my purchase decision next week. And then depending on how those prices line up will depend on what my choice is. If there are some that become better deals, relatively speaking, because there are some that, like I said, I have my favorites. I know what I want, but at the same time, I'm also not just going to pay whatever, just because it's not going to happen. So I'm going to get a deal on something. It depends on what those prices are, what that deal is going to be. And I may not get a deal, but I'm going to get the best deal I can get. So I'm going to try to get a deal. Put it that way. I thought the Phantom V4 was a decent deal, and it was up there. It was rising up, into my buying decisions very highly at $19.99, and probably still would. I'm still on the fence if it happens to go back down before then. And watching Apollo, it could go either way. This could be $24.99 next week, and it could be $19.99. I haven't seen them below 19, and that was pretty good. But yeah, so I will. I'll get back to you guys when that's all done. I didn't want to stay too long on this video. I just wanted to jump in, take a quick look at the Apollo prices, and then see how things were comparing as far as like the Pro and the old Phantom, because they changed very, very quickly. And in any case, guys, I'm going to jump off here. If you enjoyed this content, found it helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Happy riding.